What's happening, guys? Jim the Game Guru. Okay, we're gonna continue some more co-op games. Alright, this is volume 4. Like I said earlier in my videos, the volumes are gonna have less games because I've already covered so many games and now we're scraping the barrel, and every time a new game comes up we're gonna try to snag it up. So 10 more games. This is gonna take the list up to 110 games. If you guys are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I do have a giveaway going on right now for Ni no Kuni, the Switch game, and I give away one board game and one Switch game every single month. Okay, so let's dig in. Okay, so most of these titles I haven't really played yet. There is only like one title I think I've actually played, and that's the first one on the list at 101, Borderlands Legendary Collection. I'm actually surprised I didn't have this already on the list before, but this game you could actually play with 2 players, split screen. Borderlands is awesome, especially Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 is amazing, hands down amazing. So if you end up picking up this Legendary Collection, definitely play the other games before Borderlands 2. Save Borderlands 2 for last. But yeah, it's awesome first-person shooting game, and you can play 2-player split screen. Okay, so 102. This is one that I was actually surprised. I didn't think that it had local co-op, and it's Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I just had this recently on my tactics video. But yeah, apparently you can actually have co-op. Local co-op, everyone takes turns, and you are basically trying to save the Mushroom Kingdom, and you're with Mario characters and Rabbid characters. This game is always on sale. It's a very highly priced game, but it always has this huge heavy sale. It knocks it down like $15. But I don't know if I'll ever pick this game up, only because I have PTSD from Rabbids. I absolutely cannot stand Rabbids. I can't stand the way they talk. I can't stand the way they act. Rabbids drive me absolutely crazy. But yeah, there you go. You get turn-based co-op, local co-op with Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. 103, Lego DC Supervillains. It's good to be bad. Embark on an all-new DC Lego adventure by becoming the best villain the universe has seen. Players will create and play as an all-new supervillain throughout the game, unleashing mischievous antics and wreaking havoc in an action-packed story. So nothing much to say here because this is Legos, right? I mean, the formula for Lego games are all the same. They're very, very silly story. It looks cool because it's Legos. This one you can do actually 2-player local co-op. Yeah, if you're into like super silly game that doesn't take itself very serious, then Legos are not a bad choice. 104, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I was actually surprised this had some local co-op in it, because I figured this was basically more of the story and a lot of brawling. But become a time patroller in order to preserve Dragon Ball's history in this unprecedented experience. You are the protagonist. Stand with Goku and his friends as you battle a new enemy that has been warping Dragon Ball's history. Fight alongside famous fighters from Z, Super, GT, and more. Yeah, a lot of the famous characters from Dragon Ball Z are in the game. I don't know if this one has actually local co-op in the story. I don't think it does, but it does support local co-op raid boss battles, which sounds really cool. So it sounds like you could have a couple friends with you, and you go on, you try to defeat big, powerful bosses. But yeah, as far as the story aspect, I don't think there's a local co-op. But let me know in the comments if you played this game and if you know that if the story does actually have local co-op. So 105, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Join the struggle that brought Hyrule to its knees. Learn more about Zelda, 4 champions, the King of Hyrule, and more through dramatic cutscenes as they try to save the kingdom from Calamity. The Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity game is the only way to see the firsthand what happened 100 years ago. Yeah, so if you've played Breath of the Wild, you'll come into like these little scenes where he's trying to remember things in the past, and it'll show like little tidbits of the story. My assumption here is that this game actually goes into that story more. and this was more of like, you know, getting into the battle and facing a lot of dudes and beating them. And I love the Breath of the Wild like art style, and they've kind of preserved that in this game. This game does have 2-player local co-op split screen, and it looks like it's split across horizontally. 106, the stretchers. The world has a bad case of the dizzies. Residents dizzied by Captain Brains, and only you can rescue them. Work with a friend in co-op, or skillfully control 2 medics on your own to overcome the physics-based puzzles of each madcap mission. So yeah, this game has got this very typical art style that a lot of games, like a lot of indie games, are using now. And especially like games, like a lot of games from Team 17. This is not a Team 17 game, but it has that same look as that. You just go around with these 2 medics, and you go from mission to mission, and you go into certain areas. Each area is kind of like a puzzle. Like, how do you rescue everybody, and then how do you find secret things that are in that area? I mean, it's definitely one of those games that I feel like it's in line with something like Overcooked, where you have to work together with a teammate and synchronize well in order to get everything accomplished in a certain amount of time. So 107, Jet in Guns 2. The universe is once again facing a terrible threat. An unknown but powerful entity from another dimension has entered our reality and is attempting to wipe out all sentient life. Inhabitants planets of the galaxy are too divided to take action. It's up to you, the bravest and finest pilot in the galaxy. Yeah, this one takes me back. I mean, this one's a shooter, so it's a shmup, and it kind of, I don't know, it gives me like this vibes of like Thunder Force back in the Sega Genesis days. I absolutely love Thunder Force 3. But when I look at the trailers of this game, it kind of makes me think of Thunder Force. I'm not sure if it plays like it, but this is a shmup that has 2-player local co-op. Okay, so 108, Hammer Watch. The highly acclaimed hack and slash action adventure Hammer Watch is finally here on Nintendo Switch. Be prepared to kill hordes of enemies with varied looks and features through unique environments with traps, hidden secrets, and lots of puzzles. Master each of the 7 different classes, including the Sorcerer. Yeah, this one's pixel art. It looks like you're going through the dungeon. This one, when I look at this one gives me the vibe of Gauntlet. I mean, I used to play Gauntlet way back in the day, and in the arcades and on consoles, and even on my old Atari computer. And I don't know, for some reason, this makes me think of a 2021. Well, actually, this was released a while ago, but actually maybe this decade version of Gauntlet. And I mean, I hope it plays like Gauntlet. That would be awesome. But one day I'll definitely try this out. So this one, I believe, goes up to 4 people local co-op. Interesting enough, they have another game called Heroes of Hammerwatch. That one doesn't have any, like, it doesn't look like that one has local co-op. It has online co-op. So I don't understand why this game has local co-op, but the other one doesn't. Okay, so number 109. I'm assuming this is good. This title of this game is called Biped. Biped is a co-op action adventure game with a strong focus on moment-to-moment calibration between 2 players. 2 little bipedal robots, Aku and Sila, will walk side by side and embark on a fun and bonding journey. You control the robot's 2 legs using 2 sticks. This allows you to perform various moves from simple walking and sliding to more advanced actions like operating machinery and cutting wood. Yeah, this one looks like you really have to work together with a teammate and kind of solve puzzles in certain areas that you're going through. It looks interesting. It's not badly priced. It's about $8 right now on sale, and I think I'm gonna end up picking this up to do a video on it. But yeah, this is one that I didn't even know existed, and actually a viewer commented and said, "Hey, you haven't mentioned these 3 or 4 games." So some of these games on this list have come from that viewer. And I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even know that game existed. So yep. So I'm glad that I was able to add that to this list. All right, so the last game on this video, it's 110th game, Fly Together. This is something that just got released. The sequel to the award-winning Conduct Together takes players to the skies in a race against time to bring passengers safely to their destination by drawing flight paths and avoiding collisions and increasingly challenging action puzzles. Yeah, so it looks like you can use a Joy-Con in this game and actually draw a flight path for your planes. I have played Conduct Together, And that game is extremely frustrating. It's very, very, very difficult. It's very difficult to be in sync with your partner, your teammate, as you're working through together and trying to solve each board. The early boards are not too bad, but later on, some of these boards, they're just insane. So I'm assuming here with Fly Together, which is looks like 2-player co-op, local co-op, that it's going to be as frustrating as Conduct Together. This is one of those games that you'll probably scream more at your partner than you would playing a game like Overcooked, because that's the way Conduct Together was with me. It was very, very, very frustrating. So there you go. So we have 10 more games to add to our local co-op games. Super awesome. We're up to 110. Let's see if we can get this bad boy all the way up to 200 games by the end of the year. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. If you guys had any other games that you know of that I haven't covered in my 4 videos, please let me know in the comments. But that's it, guys. I'm out of here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.